Hey everybody, it's Tom. And no, you suddenly didn't lose the ability to see colors. We're looking at Darkwing Duck for the Game Boy today. I was going to dive back into the NES game and see what more I could do with that against Quackerjack, but I played it for a bit. I got incredibly frustrated. I actually scrapped an entire video. I'm just having a pretty crummy day. But I promised you folks Darkwing Duck. So we're going to take a brief look at the Game Boy version, and hopefully by this weekend I will be less ragey and less sad. And we'll do far better at Darkwing Duck for the NES. So let's take a look at this. This is a port, a near exact port of the NES version. As good as we could do with the Game Boy in the early 90s. Wow, it's almost spot on. Let's try the bridge level. I like the text size, but I hate the text scrolling noise. Yeah, sure, I'll go there. Why not? Apparently Sunsoft did this port. This is really good looking for Game Boy. I'm surprised. Of course, I can't find a way to shoot him without... That's the... Looks like they've changed the level design more than a little bit. That's where the 1-up was in the NES version. I'm like, no 1-ups for you. Not collecting that diamond. Okay. That worked great. The physics aren't too far off. Watch him better at this version than the NES version. That would be fantastic. He says as he plummets to his death before reaching a checkpoint. All right. Gonna do my best to stay positive, you know? It's an interesting way to get a 1-up right there. Okay. I should mention that I have had the opportunity to actually see some Darkwing Duck cartoons since we last spoke, and I kind of dig the show. It's a little bit different, it seems, than some of their other cartoons. That might be why it wasn't as successful. You know, everybody and their mother can sing the DuckTales theme, but Darkwing Duck, there were lyrics in there I do not recall ever hearing. Not that they're bad or anything, it's just that it's been that long. Come on, bat, die. I watched the two-part pilot episode, which was very cute. It's about how Darkwing tries to cease being as big of an egomaniac and fall to his death in a pit. No. Realizes that he can care about other people and accept help from other people, which is how he encounters Goslin, his youthful ward, whom he adopts. Spoilers in the first episode. Spoilers for a 25-year-old television show. And Launchpad, who... It's never really explained why he's suddenly living in St. Canard, not Bernard, as I misspoke in the previous video. It's not really explained why he's there and not in Duckburg, but there was another one up there? Jeez. So that might be the biggest problem with this Game Boy game. It's nigh impossible to collect power-ups that fall at enemies. See, the enemies fall at you, it seems. Look at that. They actually curve. But the but the power-ups and collectibles just drop straight down. Other than that, this feels pretty nice. It's definitely a lot better than the Donkey Kong Country ports. Oof. If you haven't seen the show Ports Center, check that show out. That guy's great. I'm immensely sad that he has fibromyalgia, and it's more difficult for him to make episodes now. And also, it's more difficult for him to just be. I wouldn't wish anything like that on my worst enemy. I don't think I'd wish anything on my worst enemy at this point. I'm old, and every medical condition just seems horrible. But yeah, he did an episode on Donkey Kong Country for, I believe, Game Boy Color, and it looks nice, but the physics are so different that it's unplayable, at least in his eyes. I was never a fan of the Donkey Kong Country games. And I should be talking about Darkwing Duck, not Donkey Kong Country. I also watched an episode, it was very meta. Apparently Megavolt had invented something that allowed him to turn into electricity and travel through electrical devices. And this bizarre power also allows him to travel through television and broadcast himself, and he's able to actually pop out of the TV and steal stuff. It's kind of an interesting thing, but that wasn't the whole crux of the episode. Due to a malfunction, Megavolt and Darkwing Duck end up in our universe, weirdly enough. And Darkwing learns that there is a cartoon show based on him. So they redone the levels somewhat. They're not exact. There's a little bit of slowdown there, kind of to be expected. But the platforming feels a little bit richer than it does on the NES. Oh, this is going to suck. So this is a very meta episode. Ooh, I think that I'm just too high for... I believe he throws a knife, which is kind of wild for what's ostensibly a kid's game. Hey, look at that! It took me a couple tries, and I've actually never played this Game Boy version before. I'm doing a blind run, just because I'm that frustrated with the NES game. And, oh great. You know, this actually might happen. Thanks to a combination of... the platforms are less, and... and the slowdown. So far, I'm doing about as well as I normally do. Don't get cocky. Ah, that was my last guy too. Darn it. So yeah, thanks for putting up with me, folks. Like I said, it hasn't been the best day. I'm going to dive back into Darkwing Duck for the NES for the weekend, and just overall try to feel better. There's also a bonus video coming. Alan, our social media guy, played through Contra without the code. and he did a fantastic job of it. So we recorded some commentary on that, and that should be going up soon as well. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know if it's going to ship concurrently with this video or not. It all depends on how much I decide I can get done today. So once again, thank you for watching, and as per usual, the bear hugs are always free, and damn if I couldn't use a hug today. Have a good night, folks.